Well, happy end of the month. We have a brand new collection from hot off the press. You can see it's called A Novel Idea, and book lovers, you are going to love this. I've got 4 projects to share with you and a scrapbook page, and I would love it if you would please come play with us. As regular viewers know, there are always 6 pieces to our releases. And so we've got chipboard, we've got cutting dies, we have 6x6 papers, we have die cuts, and we have 12x12 and solid. So let me get started with the 12x12. And all of these, except the solid, have ideas on the back of the package. And there are 12 sheets, there are 52 cutouts. So let me just show you what those look like. Now I have done what we call a product video, and it's on every single product in this line on the website at paperwishes.com, but just to give you another look. So, and I did have a lady yesterday look at the kitty and just, oh, she loves kitties. Well, you know, I do too. So we have that. And so as usual, the center area is kind of not empty, but it doesn't have as much art on it because that's for your you scrapbookers, that's for your paper, your photos, and any additional things. And for card makers, you know that you can make 4 cards out of one of these sheets. So here's the kitty, you're going to get 2 of those, and on the back there's texture and writing, so that looks very vintage. And then we have this whole row of books and then some close-up and a flourish in the center, and on the back we have a green flourish. Then we have the kids, kind of looks like 1940s to me, and we've got a stack of books and more on the top. And then on the back of that we have some leaves, which comes in very handy. Now this is really a replica of a vintage book, and you can see the spine right there and some flowers coming up. And in the back of that there is this pink all over pattern. Now these are large cutouts, as you know, and there's 2 borders. Isn't that fun with all the books? And so useful in so many ways. And on the back of that there is a pink that is kind of ghosted back. Then we have our cutouts for all the greetings, and some, as you can see, do not have words on them, but you can layer them with the other pieces. And lots, we had a great time finding lots of book-related greetings to give you. And so you're going to get 2 of each of those. And as I said, on the back there is a scrapbook page and a card, but I will show you the scrapbook page because you need to see this. So here is that first page I showed you, or that early page with the whole row of books and then the books close up. This is one of the cutouts, and you can see that Debbie had a great time with her grandchildren, showing them, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 photos. That's fun to see. This is one of the cutouts from the book. This is a die cut. This is also one of the cutouts from the book. And this is what from the cutting die. That's the cutting die. That's the cutting die, and this is chipboard. The lady uses everything when she does it. And we have a kitty down there. That is from the cutting die. So just want you to know that you've got a place for all of the book lovers in your life, and that's great, and that's what we want. And okay, so I'm going to set this aside and just show you the solid colors. And there again, there are 12 sheets, and you're going to get 12 colors. And the way we do that is this. That's, for instance, this has kind of a very nice brown, you know, cocoa brown, and on the back there is a darker black, or yeah, it's a black. Okay, we have this, and then on the back side you've got kind of a gold, and we've got the orange, and we have a soft pink. We have a good medium blue and a lighter blue, and then an even lighter blue, and then a white, and then we've got the green in a darker tone and in a lighter tone. Perfect for those leaves and sprays of leaves that you're going to be seeing in a little bit. So all of those, you're going to get 2 of each, just like before. Now let me slide this away and bring in the die cuts. Now you're going to get 2 sheets They are different. You're going to get 31 die cuts. And this is great because these are nice greetings. They're going to fit into a lot of places. You've got the borders, you've got all of the die cuts, and again, some wonderful sayings. I think my favorite is, sometimes I think I read too much, then I laugh and turn the page. Although a day without a book is like, actually, I have no idea what a day without a book is like. And so that's fun. Okay, so all of these, and as I said, there are 2 cards on the back of it just to give you an idea. And we've written some text just to give you all the particulars about it. So that is part of the deal. And then we have the 6x6, and these are the exact same patterns, just in a smaller format. However, you get 4 of each, so that's going to give you 24 sheets and 104 cutouts. My goodness. So you can see the thumbnails of all of them. They are exactly like what I just showed you in the 12x12, and I love that kitty on top of the books. Okay, we also have chipboard. Now the chipboard is especially done for us. We create the art, but you can see, as we are so nice and close, is that there is art within the outside shape. So that is just going to make it so much easier to color these in, whether you are using markers, ink pads, embossing powders. Book Lovers Stick Together is the message, and you can see that image. So we've just got a lot of things there. There are 9 shapes, and there is an idea on the back of the cover. Now finally we get to those wonderful dies, and there are 13 in this set. And as you can see, we've got the kitty, we've got books stacked, we've got books on the shelf, we've got an open book, and we've got books piled. And you can take these flowers and kind of wrap them around the books if you like. We also have the kitty, of course. We've got a teacup or a coffee cup, and extra flowers and leaves, and also for the book lover is our message. And of course, we have an idea right there. So that is the collection, and let's get started with some projects. Okay, and Debbie has made these for us. Isn't that just darling? Absolutely darling. Okay, this is on a tent card, and it's been turned horizontally. So the fold is right here. And unlike our regular cards, which are the same size, although this is 5x7, ours are 5x6.5, our fold is usually here, but the tent has it on the short side. And so you can stand it up like that to be a tent if you like, or you can turn it like this. So what Debbie has done is a couple of things. So the first thing that she did, let me straighten that up for you, is that she covered it with the blue, and this is on the back side of that dark blue, and just covered her card front, and that just step 1. And then this is the sheet that she used. So remember, this has the kitty, but it also has the books. Well, you can't get both of those in a 7-inch card, so she elected to take this piece and cut it down smaller than her card, and then she cut out this piece, yeah, just right around the kitty, and foam taped that in place. And doesn't that look darling? So the leaves are, of course, out of the cutting die, and so is for the book lover. Now that is in a gold, so just let that flash for you. And that is our metallic gold, which is right here. You're going to get multiple sheets in one package, so that works out nicely. And with the cutting die, there, as I said, there's the flowers and the leaves all kind of tucked right in there. And then this is new. Not the oval border isn't new, but it is new in the gold pearl. And you'll find this just lifts off very, very easily. So that is right there. I'm going to take my kitty and have it move over. Then on the inside of her card, she used both areas. So there's lots of bits and pieces in here. So let me show you. And I'll start over here just because that's a little bit easier. And she used, okay, we've got the kids down there, the stacked books, but look, she used this area, and cut that. It is smaller, obviously, than the card. And then she's got a little piece that is the that soft pink, and that is on the back of one of the sheets. Here we go, that I showed you. So this is it, and it's on the back of the cutouts. And okay, now I've got this out of order, but it's not hoarding if it's books. You might want to write that down. It's important to remember. That is one of our cutouts, and it comes just exactly that way. And let me show you. Here it is. It's not hoarding if it's books. We've already matted it for you. If the color isn't right for you, just trim that off and then you can remat it. But as you can see, this is perfect. And this piece is out of the cutting die. So and what's nice is that you can do them any colors you want. So this is the stacked books. You can do them out of a tan, which is what she did. And this is what I love about our new dies. And can we get in super close? Okay, I hope you can see that. There's actually lines to show the pages, and also to show, you know, how the title and so forth would be on the spine of the book. So that's fun. Now, this is the teacup, and a little flower just right next to it. So that takes care of this side. Now, to the left of the score line, she's added this strip and another strip of the gold pearl oval borders. Then this is that same piece that she used over here. She used a square over here. The kitty is part of the cutouts. There's that little guy. And she's got a whole collage of things here. So let me just show you. She's got some things from the die cuts, and I'll pull those in. So we've got this border. She has trimmed it and let that hang right there. She has the kitty, which is right here. That's foam taped on top. The Thinking of You. Now, something else that we added to this collection, and this is a good time to bring it in, which is our letterpress die cuts. Now, this is a 12 by 12 piece, but you can see all of the die cuts that are there, 52 of them. And I think this has 2 sheets in it, so what a deal. And so you're going to see this used throughout the page, the projects. So this tag with the flower is hanging here. The Thinking of You is this piece, and that's been just placed. And that and the friend are out of the We're Together Dazzles, yes. So that's really, really nice, and it just says such a nice statement about all of this. So she has created almost a 3-page spread that almost looks like a little book, doesn't it? So that's a great start. Okay, let's going to our next project. And this project is using primarily those letterpress things, but there's more stuff in here. So this is using our sidestep cards. These are our die cut cards. Let me show you that package. Okay, so it looks like this. It has 5 cards. They're already scored and folded for you, and there's 5 envelopes. But the neat thing about it, let me pull this in, is on the back of that package insert, there are patterns. So my suggestion would be is to either trace these or copy them and then separate them out, because of the size of them, they had to be overlapping. But it's going to give you a pattern for the front of the card. Now, these patterns are smaller than the card itself, so that the card is the mat. Okay, does that make perfect sense, I hope? In fact, let me just show you the card undecorated. So the sidestep card, it is a classic in card making. It's got 2 steps right there and there, and you're going to get 5 of those in the package, in addition to the matching envelopes. So that's exactly what she has done. And what Debbie used was this paper. Here we go. And this is on the back of the first sheet in the package. And let's see. Yeah. I guess you could turn it any which way, couldn't you? So this has got words on it, and you can use that. So that's what she's done right there. And she did edge it with the cocoa bean. She used a finger dauber, and so that is done obviously before it goes onto the card, so that becomes that piece. Now, let's get into this. So you can see, let me show you the steps while we're right here. The steps have the books, and you probably remember where they came from right here. So she just clipped a couple of them and glued them in place. Now, the other pieces are primarily out of the letterpress. So let me just show you how she collaged these. In fact, that love is right here, and it's on the top of this piece. So you see the top hat right there? Well, that piece went down first, then the love went on top of it. There is this flower that looks like it's almost made out of paper, and that's right here. There is a swirl, and that's right here. So you can see how that collage has been built. The especially for you, that comes out of the die cuts. And look at this open book with the glasses. Now she has used that. That's from the chipboard. And again, having that extra detail just makes it so easy how she edged the cover of the book with the matching reading glasses. Isn't that nice? Okay. Now over here, she has, this is one of the die cuts, and this is the rose from here. This spray and this rose are also from the chipboard. So that single rose and that little spray of leaves is going right there. So, oh, and there's also the corner treatments. So those are right there and right there. So we've got two of those. That's just the front of our card. And because you've got 52 die cuts, you've got plenty more. Now she did do the inside. And again, she used one of the papers, and this time did the same edging with the cocoa bean. And there is the open book, and that is come from the cutting die. So there you go. So she uses everything. And when she's using the cutting die, she's almost always using the solid cardstock that just allows you to do so many things. And You Are the Best, that comes from the 12 by 12 book. These are all from the letterpress die cuts. So all of that is in the card. And then you can write your message on the back or on the top of the inside of the card, just like that. So it just works really, really nicely. Okay, let me get these out of the way for you. And we'll get into our next card. Oh my goodness, I didn't take it out of the sleeve. Okay, well, this is how I transport and everything to tape this for you. So here we go. Now we are back to our regular 5 by 6.5 inch card. However, this time, Debbie has used the 6 by 6 papers. So how do you get a 6 by 6? How did she do that? Well, she cut it. That's what the woman did. So here is the paper. It's on the back of the kids. So she simply cut 2 strips, glued one at the top of the card and one at the bottom. Just worked out nicely. And also, look how nicely this worked for her card. Now, because this is a 6 by 6, it's going to fit nicely right in there. And that's just leaves you a nice open space right there. And for that open space, she once again used the gold pearl oval border, because we just got them, so you might as well use them a lot. And she used them on the top and on the bottom where those 2 papers kind of touch. So you can see they're not sparkly, but they are just elegant. So that's nice. Now, if you have a garden and a library, you have all that you need. Isn't that nice? Well, that is one of our die cuts. So right there. And that has been glued straight. And then all of these branches and the flowers, those have come from the cutting die. and also the solid cardstock. And so you just do them out of the green, and then you can do the flowers individually. You can clip them off of this, or you can just run that through multiple times, whichever you need. My happy place is out of the die cuts also, and it's on that sheet that has all of the greetings, so that works nicely. Okay, on the inside of this card, we've got, again, I'd almost say a 2-page spread. Isn't that fun? So what she has done is she has taken, now we're going to the 12 by 12 pattern cardstock now. And what she's done is she has taken, yes, because this is out of the 12 by 12, okay? The Sending Smiles, that's one of the die cuts. However, over here, and that was matted on the green, as you can see. In fact, there's the green, just to give you another look at it. And then she took the 6 by 6. Let me get that over here. And where's my 6 by 6? There it is. Here is the 6 by 6 of this. Doesn't that fit quite nicely? Just right there. So she has actually just trimmed it. The spine of the book isn't showing, but just the front cover right there. And as I said, right here, she's got the message out of the 12 by 12, Sending Smiles Your Way. And here, this is from the chipboard. And I'll just show you that again. So it's just right here. And then she did take 2 of the roses, and I think these are just especially lovely, with a little bit of the inking on the edges. So just cut these out of the cutting die with the solid, cut 2 of them out, and then you've also got the leaves that you can do right there. So she's done these in a light color, where this is darker in the back. So we've got quite a card. And look, you've got an area to write your message just perfectly waiting for you. Isn't that nice? Okay, you know, I've been saying Debbie, and I am wrong. Lene has done all of these, every single one of these. And I want to share, especially with you, this last piece that she did. And this is a book done out of envelopes. And these are our envelopes that we carry. You can get the 10 envelopes package, which has 10 of them. This will take 5 the way that Lene has designed it. And this is a book. So let me just walk you through it for a moment. So we'll see the finished thing, and then I'll show you how she made it. So we've got our papers, the 12 by 12. This is one of the cutouts. Again, one of the cutouts. And then you can even use the inside of the envelopes to hold things, which come in the book perfectly. So she's got the 1 envelope, 2, 3, 4, 5 envelopes, okay? Now, how does she do that? Well, let me show you. So she takes 1 and takes an envelope. Let me pull this out. Okay, here's 1 envelope and 1 envelope. So they're kind of facing each other when they're open. And she's going to put glue on the back here and tuck that into the first envelope. Line up the 2 score lines, okay, on the flaps, and press that down. Okay, you want to get it straight. So that's going to work nicely. But that's just, 2 of them, okay. To add more, just repeat the process. Put glue here, lift this up, and slide that in. Now, you're going to find that the liquid glue or the glue sticks is going to work best, I think, for this process. And we're going to do it 2 more times. So I'm going to pretend that these have been done individually, because you do need to glue them in separately. So there we go. And okay, so now you've got this hanging out. This is going to hold everything together. So put glue here. And if you've ever done bookbinding, you'll know that glue is the thing that keeps everything together. So right like that. So that will hold it tight. And then you can get started. So the way that Lene did this is, and this is what the 10 envelopes, it's only envelopes, no cards. We do have cards and envelopes, but the envelopes is a separate piece. Okay, now one thing that I would recommend is you can go ahead and start on the front. So she's used that darker pink, she's done some inking, and this time she used the orchid, and that's going to give you that edging. You can see that this is one of the large cutouts. And let me see, here we go. Just to give that a look for you. See, it's right here. It's interesting because it kind of looks bigger here, but that's because she's matted it on that darky pink color. Okay, so that's our first one. These are with the cutting dies. Now, to go on the inside, my recommendation would be, in order to line this and to line it here, I would cut one envelope apart, okay? And that way this can become a pattern so that you can place this on your pattern cardstock, put a pattern on your pattern, and go like that, trace around it, cut this out, and then glue it on top. Now you will notice that Lene used a different shape of envelope than I have. So she used this kind. However, we just reordered our latest batch of 40,000 envelopes, and we got the kind like this that has a flap that is flat like this, okay? So I wanted to demonstrate this on you because this is the kind you'll be getting. So use that as a pattern, then you can glue that to the open area. Then for this, you'll have this, so you might just kind of measure. You probably want a 2-inch wide piece, and then glue that in place. And what she has used here is, again, another one of the large cutouts. And this just gets tucked into this envelope. Again, everything has been inked with that orchid ink pad. Then she has mixed up the papers, and this is just a good example of that mixing. So let me show you that in this particular case, the bottom of it is the bottom area of this sheet. Interesting. The top area is the top area of the children, right up there. And she just kind of cut a piece of it. So she's got that going on, and that takes care of that sheet. This is with the cutting die. Now she did put the gold jewel dazzles that are somewhere on my table, and oh, there they are. And they are sprinkled throughout, so they're just really accents, just wherever she wanted a bit of little, not bling, but just a soft gold look. So that's on this sheet. Now this one is this darker pink, and remember she used the top part of this sheet? Well, then she used the children and matted them on the green. And this is from the cutting die. And isn't that pretty how that spray of leaves just goes down, and then she's got the two different kinds of flowers. This, okay, the last one we used here, she's going to now use the top part, and isn't that lovely? And then she took a strip of this same paper and glued it down here, again repeated with the cutting die, and also repeated with the gold pearl oval dazzles and the gold pearl jewel dazzles. Okay. Here we go. Now this time she elected to use this again as an envelope, a little pocket, but this time she has trimmed off this area and glued it inside. She didn't tuck anything in this area, but this part, okay, we have used this, we have used this. Now she's going to use this. Same idea. Take your pattern and cut that out and glue it to your envelope. Read, write, and inspire. That is from our cutout sheet on the 12 by 12. There it is, right there. That's been foam taped. Now, this goes back to that same sheet. So she's used part of this, she's used this, she's used this. Well, it's time to do this piece. So it's right there. And oh, there's more. Okay, so this is using, so we use this and we use the top part. Now we're going to use the middle part. And that vase of flowers is very pretty right there. Now here, she has cut a strip. This is about 2.5 inches wide and about 5 inches long, and then cut a V in the middle and then inked it. We've got the row of the pearl oval border. And then she's got a doily, and this is our craft doily. And this size is the 2.5 inch wide. Oh, there it is, as she's looking for it on her table. Here it is. And she did also ink that. So that's right there. This is one of the cutouts. And it is right here. It is an oval, but it's fitting nicely in that circle. More of the cutting die. All the library, that's out of the die cuts, inserted in here. Now you don't have to go all the way into the envelope unless you want to. So it's your choice. I kind of would just go the part that you are going to see. Now this is one of the die cuts. Again, another of the doily, just half of the doily here, inked on the edge. And isn't that pretty with the flowers? Actually, you're getting a nice showing of all the different ways you can do those sprays that are in the cutting dies, which, so there's that one curving, that one curving, so you can do quite a bit with those, and that's just lovely. The back of this is with one of the sheets that is now buried on my table, but it's there. Okay, and you can just do that and finish it off with the inking. So that is a very clever way, I think, to do this book out of envelopes. And as a matter of fact, I will write this up and I will put it, put the directions on the product page for the 10 envelopes and also here on this page, just so you've got it, just so that you remember how to execute those and get them, get it all put together. It's pretty simple. And then the decorating, you're on your own. You can just do lots of different things with it. And I think you've got a good methodology of what Lene has shared with us today. Okay, well, this is what we have for a novel idea. And do you like that title? I thought it was really fun. So we have a novel idea 12 by 12 pattern cardstock. We have our novel idea 12 by 12 solid cardstock. We have our 31 dies that you've seen lots of places. We have our cutting dies, which I think are incredibly useful, and our 6 by 6 and our chipboard that you too have seen in lots of places today. So that is our collection for, it's actually, you're seeing it at the end of March, so it's really our April release. And just to let you see some other things that we have for you, as always, we have a free printout for you. So we have it on the website. If you get our emails, you will get a link for this. And these are cutouts from a novel idea. So you can have a whole collection of those books, the original handheld device. I like that. It's not hoarding if it's books. You might want to remember that. So you have that. If you are a VIP, and if you are not, please sign up for it, because you don't have to really do anything. We will, the system will collect your purchases. When it reaches $500 over 12 months, you will become a VIP, and that means that whenever we do a new release, we'll send you an email with your promo code that is just for you, and that with your next order, give us your promo code and we will give you 2 sheets of each of the 6 by 6. So that's fun. Now we also have something else that's pretty wonderful, and those are subscriptions. And if you would love the whole collection, now this is what we do every month. We do a collection. It has these 6 pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the 12 by 12, the 6 by 6, the chipboard, the cutting die, the die cuts, all of those pieces that will coordinate perfectly, I guarantee you, if you would like all of this, maybe not the cutting die. Okay, so for those of you who are not into cutting dies, we have that separate. So this is I Want It All. So you get all of these. You will save 20%. 20, let's see, 20, how's that? 20%, and you will get this collection before we do the webisode. So that's really neat. Now, if you say, Paulette, are you crazy? Of course I want the cutting dies. Then we call it I Really Want It All, emphasis on the really. Same deal, 20% off. You're going to get everything before the webisode. The special thing about getting things before the webisode is, remember all the times that I said there's a project idea on the back with some instructions? Well, that's going to lead you to be able to take a look at that and see if you are interested. Both of these are on the right side of the screen, along with the Money Saver. And so all of that is there for you too. Okay, so let me know what you think. I love doing this with the books because I'm an avid reader. And that's just a really fun thing to share with you. And yes, we had to have the kitty. So tell me what you think. You can leave a comment. It's down below. Just keep going down, 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 and you will see that. You don't have to purchase in order to make a comment, so you can do that, or you can do it after you get your order. That all is ready for you. Okay, if you happen to be watching us on YouTube, we would love it if you would come on over to paperwishes.com. Take a look at all of this. You might want to check out the instructions. Like I said, I will have them posted below this project down below. So I'll just lay that out for you. All of the materials that Lene used are there also for you. Okay, that's the whole deal. I want to thank you. I want to thank Lene for doing all of these, and fun to share that little book with us. And I especially want to thank you for being absolutely the most important part of paperwishes.com. Okay, I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.